What's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless program. This will be for Wednesday, June 9th. As always, I am one of the hosts, part of the Hooligoons, aka the crew, aka the Fab Four. I am Big Irish J Hollingsworth, and we have two so far. Two of the others, Sean the Mechanable McCann.
I am hot here. Shit.
And we have the Coco co-host, aka fucking he's getting in the wire. Holy shit.
Ooh, look at that.
We have the Coco co-host, Manulus Rojas Martin.
You okay?
Hello, everybody. I apologize for PC Manny being broken yesterday.
And the philanthropist, aka Motown Philly, aka Seatown Philly, aka Filler Up, aka Filled Up, aka Phil Fox, Fox like the animal.
Oh, what's up, aka Hungry Philippotamus, Hungry Philpos.
It's another 10-hour workday. Another 10-hour workday, everybody. Just want to let you know. Not firing on all cylinders, but he's our Phil, and he looks great.
They're not all going to be winners.
What happened to your shoulders there? And look, everybody's already in here. We got Cookie McJingles, Carla Allen, the N, Sandy J.
What?
That again.
Cosmed Chic. Victoria, who said you called her ugly yesterday,
What?
Manny.
What is that?
And boom, I think I got everybody.
I feel like I did not call her ugly. Also, I want Cosmetic Chick to I want her to spell out her name hyphenetically.
Chic.
Yeah, it's cosmetic chic
Or
I think
chick.
so.
Cosmetic.
I just wanted to spell it out phonetically so that we don't keep on trying to guess. Because maybe
Cosmetic chic.
maybe she's just
also maybe N. How do you spell your name, N? All the way out. How does it end? How does the ending of your spelling of your cosmetic chick?
I was right. Okay.
Okay.
See, you mother.
Cosmetic chick.
Chick.
Cosmetic chick. Cosmetic chick. There you go.
Cosmetic.
But she's
chick.
taking ownership of the C in chick on the
You know
first
what?
word.
I'll be right back.
Second word.
Manny. His skin is black, Victoria. Leave him
He wears
alone.
black every day. You know what was funny is so Victoria wrote, Manny said I'm ugly yesterday. And then he said his response to that, which now he's just walked away from, is, I don't feel like I said that. Wait, no, you did or you didn't. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. I mean, my feeling is nothing like that was said.
She's referring to yesterday, just N pronounced in. All right.
Oh, in. Nice.
N is in the house. No, yesterday on the Love in Black and White, Manny said that women with tattoos were disgusting.
Oh,
and
fuck
ugly.
that.
What?
Nah, I love that.
Boy,
shit,
he
man.
would not have loved going to the strip clubs in Portland we went to. Not one single stripper had
nobody would, bro.
a blank
Nobody
canvas skin.
He probably also doesn't like chicks with hairy armpiits. So yeah, he probably wouldn't like
penises.
Portland. We need him
take it
back
all.
already. And then I thought that won't sound right.
Let me
Manny
lick
can't
it.
That's great that he just bailed, and now we. Jeez, Manulus, he can't defend himself. Sandy said he did not say that. I mean, sort of, but it's okay.
I think she's saying like he did not say that because I also, Sandy, have tattoos. I think that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Manny Cotter.
Yeah, I do feel like we got to coordinate.
Got to coordinate.
Got to
Manny, I was saying that you said yesterday on Love in Black and White how you think women with tattoos are disgusting and ugly.
First off, I did not say that to all women with tattoos. I just was saying if you look like Lil Wayne and you got tattoos all on your face, like I'm gonna pass.
Okay, that's funny.
Oh, okay, women with face tattoos. So
yeah, I mean not all face
more
tattoos
specific.
are bad. And also, like, if you're a woman and you got like a teardrop for a tattoo, does that mean you killed somebody? Like, I don't know if I necessarily.
Oh, dude, the reason it's so hot is because they got daddy issues. So you're like, oh, tattoos. Dope. I want in.
Their heart was broken eternally.
And you also missed a PC Manny opportunity. Yesterday, PC Manny was fucking broken.
Jesus Christ! I mean, that whole like, what did you say?
Like the machine. It wasn't that the machine wasn't working. It was the machine was working in a different way.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude. Oh my God. Do you remember yesterday? Like we said something about white tribal tattoos. and then I
I
followed
was
it up.
like, yeah, I was like,
it was
Tammy,
so bad.
Tammy Joe was like, I got some ideas. He also, Manny yesterday said, Mickable.
Oh my god!
Instead of Michelob?
Instead of amicable.
Oh,
So
Mickable. I'll go with that.
yeah. But I mean, it sounded racist. It just sounded like, and so we're gonna. It looks like it could
what
be
the fuck?
I know. I'm
Amicable?
sorry, Irish people. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Damn.
PC Manny is back and gonna make it better than ever. So, thank you everybody for tuning in.
It's
All right,
lubed
let's get
up and
into
ready
it.
to go.
What was what was this? There's something here. This very top one. I don't know who was that. You, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what to or not to read. So
The top one is
hit
fine.
us
So this is, I'm sure everybody's heard about this. So there's 3 different stories I just want to bring up real quick that all have a thing to do with each other. So I gotta watch that episode too. Yeah, hey, by the way, so if you haven't checked it out, Love in Black and White comes out every what day does it come out on?
Tuesday. Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. And dude, remember, if you're listening to that show or this one in audio only, you're missing out. We do this live video, and also after it's live, it comes down for a minute so we can do some production stuff, and then it goes right back out to video again. Watch these things.
There you go.
Tell your friends, tell your parents.
High
Sean, if I was
production
there-
value.
Send an email to your boss and say, hey, this is something I listened to. Check this out.
If I was there, Sean, right now, I would call Phil and have him come over and suck your dick.
See, dude? Good looking out, man. Good looking out.
So stupid.
Oh, and there's a new show since we're in there. It's called Fucking Boo.
Ooh.
And there's a couple new episodes of that. It's
I think we got
people
our own
crashing and
network
burning.
starting up here.
We got to get our own network at some point, man.
Look at
Yeah, we
these
tried
sets
that
we have
before.
built for us. All
We should
these
call
sets are built for us.
Yeah, should call it like Potaholics or something, dude.
Hey, that's a good name. It's like you're addicted to podcasts. That'll be a success. Yeah.
So,
Okay. So
yeah.
We'll
everybody
call
heard
back
this-
for those old fans that have been with us for a long time.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know if anybody even knows about that.
Oh,
there.
fucking look at
Stephen
this.
Ward does.
There's Stefan right
Woohoo,
there.
Stephen Ward.
Stefan with
Or Stefan.
with-
Sorry, Stefan Ward.
in the clutch
Um,
with the Potaholics 2.0, baby.
So there was these 3 stories that came out all because we're in graduation right now, right? So there's these graduation stories that are coming out, and I thought they were really interesting. Nobody's put these up against each other, so I'm not saying I read these 3 stories in like some grouped story. I just found like this common thread between all of them. I thought it was interesting to talk about. So one of these stories, I'll just give a high level of each of them so we don't drag this out forever. It's just interesting though. So one of these stories was a kid was told he wasn't wearing the right shoes, and so they weren't going to let him graduate. And
Were they
when-
the new shoes that were made by Lil Nas X
careful,
with the
be
Satan
careful.
blood?
No, they were not those kind.
Okay, just
So they were it's very specific. So anyway, so one of the teachers saw that and he's like, "Oh no, we're not going to do that. You can wear my shoes." And so before he gave him the shoes, he went to the person who said that and said, "Hey, he can't just go up there with the shoes on." And they said, "No, he can't. There's a dress code." And so then the teacher gave his shoes to the kid. The kid went and got his thing. Became a big story though about this kid's shoes and that he wasn't, he was held back because he was wearing a certain kind of shoe that wasn't appropriate. Second story is there's a Mexican fella who just graduated and he put the Mexican flag on his back.
Yep.
And as he was
Saw
walking up to the podium, there's video of it. As he walks up to the podium, they don't give him his diploma. And so then there's a big story around that. Like, come on, he's wearing his Mexican flag and it's draped on his back and he wants, and that's not right. Like he's celebrating his heritage and blah, blah, blah.
But according to the school, I'm imagining it didn't didn't fit in with the uniform.
That's right.
Okay, with what everybody else is wearing. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So then the third story was there's this kid that works at the Waffle House and he doesn't have money for a ride.
Oh,
Doesn't have clothes, can't afford the cap and gown, shoes, belt, all that stuff. He shows up at work and he's like, "Here I am to work," not saying shit. And somebody said something about his graduation. He's like, "That's today." What do you mean it's today? When? It's right now. What are you doing here? "Oh man, I don't have the money and I don't have the clothes for it and blah, blah, blah. I can't go." They're like, "Fuck that." And they get all this shit together, man. They go down to that fucking school. They race down there like, "Hey, can we get a cap and gown?" They got him one. They put that shit on him. They took him down there. They waited there. They watched him graduate. A college hears about this in his hometown and gives him a full ride 4-year scholarship through the school, including books and tuition books and living. So let me tell you why this story bothers me. These 3 stories bother me. It's that
Here
last
it comes.
one.
Get ready, everybody. Buckle up.
Yep. This is what bothers me. So each of these stories were positioned as these are black folks that are getting fucked with. That's how each of these were positioned. Now, looking into the stories, this one kid that had the wrong shoes that were out of dress code, that was an all-black school. I'm setting this tone here that there was a definite narrative that came out of this that didn't follow through all the way to the 3rd story. So here's what happened. The kid with the shoes. Well, I read it early on when it first happened, before people could create a great narrative. But I read 5 or 6 stories about the same thing after that changed variables of the story to create that.
Hold on, Sean.
Yeah.
Everybody in here is like, well, wipes tears. Here we go, Victoria. Yep. I'm not crying. You're crying. Here we go. Sean builds it up.
Yeah.
And then let's
take it all the way from you. So the kid with the shoes, the original part was he was wearing Alexander McQueen shoes. Now, there are a ton of kids at that school that can't afford that kind of shit. Remember back when you were a kid and you wanted the Jordans, but your parents got you the Barclays? You know, remember when or
the Paylesses?
Right? Yeah, and that's really
Penny Hardaways.
Yeah, or you wanted Airwalks and they got you, this off-brand Costco version of Chuck Taylors. Like you couldn't even get Chuck Taylors.
Or some LA Gears.
So what do we do? What do we do about that as a school? Because here's where I'm at with school is you are there for a couple reasons, to learn social values and cues and all that kind of shit, and also be educated, right? And also
was this school a dress code school or not? Like, did they have? I mean, a uniforms? Did they had a uniforms?
No, they did not.
Okay, so it wasn't a uniform school. Okay.
No, but what he had Alexander McQueens that were black on top and they were white soles on the bottom, and they're very stylish, fashionable, and desired. Like that's a thing that people want. So what he's doing is he's kind of high-siding on everybody at school. Well, dude, I'm going to now go into the flag one real quick so I can pair these ones up. And let's talk about the 3rd one. And I want to hear what people think. So then the flag bit. So he puts a flag back on his back and takes it up. Now, first off, I saw some kids in the crowd that had some shit on top of their caps. And maybe shit's changed since I went to school. You couldn't do that. I'm not reading any of these, but I'm definitely going to.
Yeah.
The flag thing, though. So I heard the sentences this kid kept using and all those people that were propping him up. They're like, that's my heritage and I want to show everybody. I'm proud of where I'm from. I'm the one that came up. Hold on, let me break these down real quick. I'm going to change the sentences. I'm going to go volume on most of the, or some of the sentence and then mute on the other part. My, right? So it's not about I, and my. It's about the school. This is a thing for everybody. I understand you're proud, but dude, I don't want to see you in an Irish flag on your back. You are detracting from the ceremony, the pomp and circumstance of this earned thing that happened over 4 long years, and you want to drag attention from everybody to you. So that's what, so now let's go to the last story where the kid didn't have the right clothes. He didn't have the money. He didn't have the shoes. The reason those 2 stories have rules set at those schools that you can only wear black dress shoes, nondescript, the only reason that you don't drape shit over, that you don't do this and that, is because there's a kid in the 3rd story who can't afford that shit, man. And the last thing he needs to do is go again to something that he earned after 4 years and look at all of these other people who are high-siding. And now I can hear the argument. So what? It's about him and not everybody? No, it's about everybody. It's about that if everybody's on the same plane, that nobody is above and nobody's below. So I just felt it was really interesting hearing those 3 stories, why the media, why people, why Twitter, why social media, they can't hear themselves. It's not about you, man. It's about everybody.
Sean, in the Communist Party for 2024.
Yeah, not to that extent. Capitalism all the way.
Yeah, if you did an Irish flag, it'd be very amicable.
Be very amicable.
We just want to say we once again apologize to the Irish community for what may or may not have been said on Love in Black and White yesterday.
Principal Sean.
Yeah. So what did all these say? I'm trying to. What did I mean? Oh, you're trying. Mexican was a black Latino. Sean gets to tell great stories. Who's that guy? Don't knock the Payless joints. Yeah, man. Oh, I used to. So I worked for a company. The guy who came up with that idea of blinking shoes started Classmates. I worked for that guy. He made a shit ton of money off those things. Jesus. Just a little side note.
So basically, the whole point is, you basically what you're saying is, it's like that. So, like you said, everybody from the richest or the person that doesn't have, they can get the bare bones.
Yeah, so be the same.
Yeah.
Don't rock your Alexander McQueens. You know what you're doing there. That was for you, man. You wanted to let you're trying to ride around on Front Street, dude. This is about for everybody.
Victoria,
yeah. Victoria said, so could the Pacific Islanders wear the lays? My first girlfriend was
a man.
was half she was half white and then half quarter Filipino, quarter Hawaiian, and she got a lei at graduation, but it was after the ceremony, and I remember that her grandma made me one too, and so I got to wear one too, but it was after the graduation ceremony.
That's
awesome. That's when we did all the pictures and everything like that. So as far as I remember with the leis, it comes after. Nobody wore it up on the stage is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Happy Pride. Pride, Cosmetic Chick said. So here's I'll let you answer Victoria's your thoughts first.
Oh, that is what you're doing. Jesus.
So I'll let you answer Victoria's, then Adam Kessler. Good to see you, Adam, is in here. But Victoria said, so your thoughts on that, Sean?
You know what's funny where it says, could the Pacific Islanders wear leis? It's not, if it's not part of the code. I mean, let's go to this other question up here though. Also, is it okay to wear an American flag to graduate? You know what's interesting about that is when I saw the Mexican flag and the story, I honestly said out loud, dude, I don't want to see an American flag on somebody's back. No, It's not about, it's like I said with the Irish flag. I don't want to see an Irish flag on anybody's back. I'm Irish. That's not the time or place for that.
Now, let me ask you this.
I want an NFT. I'd put an NFT on my gown. Might as well start doing some like sponsorships and shit too. If everybody can put whatever they want on their back, you know what I mean, or put your QR code for your Dogecoin, your Venmo, hey, you like what I dressed up like? Here deposit in my my Cash App. You know what I mean?
I feel like when somebody says something here that we get some really like fucked up dumb feedback.
Stop, Phil. Roll. I think I would feel like for your graduation on your back would be semen. Going back,
I'm rocking Navy, yo.
Oh God.
Let me ask you this, Sean. What about if I have a crucifix?
Look, let me do it this way. That if it says what you're wearing is a cap and a gown, and that there are some other things you may be able to wear if you're like, what are those, summa cum laude or something, like these different things, you can wear tassels and shit, but it specifically says what it is you can wear. So I'm saying no Jesus pieces, no teeny tiny crosses, none of that shit, man. I mean, just look, it's not a fashion. We're not like in competition here to see who like rocks the best shit. Just go get your motherfucking diploma and get the fuck out. Dude, people are going to take pictures of this shit, right? For their own memories. And I don't want to see, somebody with fucking, trolls hanging from their ears and a fucking, gummy bear hat. I'm not interested in that. Just wear your shit so we can all just be a part of this thing and then get the fuck out.
Right.
Cosmetic Chick said, I think you can decorate your cap. That should be enough. Then there's a lot of private schools. Personalization in any form is not allowed.
If they're doing that, I did see the cap tops done. If that's the thing they're doing, then that's what they agreed on. So do it. That's cool. But don't try to one up it. You got your one. You don't need to one up it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
All
then
right.
the whole point, just to wrap up, the whole point of the third guy was who was the people that went out, just random families, or who's the people that went out and bought that stuff?
He worked at the Waffle House, and
That's
dude,
cool.
his fellow
I
Waffle
see.
House employees or people, man, they all stepped up and handled it.
Cookies with you, Sean. Cookies on board.
Well,
I'm with you, Sean. No one said you can't wear
Yeah,
accoutrements.
man.
You just can't wear them at graduation.
Well, I have a question though. And the question is, Phil, do we have any emails today?
Oh shit!
Look at that.
Well, Manny, glad you asked. Because we fortunately have one that I've missed. There's one that I skipped over, completely forgot about it. That's how much I care about you guys, our listeners. That sometimes your shit just might not get read.
Oh.
No, it was an accident, but we're going to get to it today. And other than that, there was no new emails this week. So you know what you need to do. You know, you need to get to your fingers and give them some messages from your brain to let them know that they need to type some words.
Fucking give the email address.
Read the god, do the damn song
into the form of paragraphs, and those paragraphs should be sent to hwppod at
Are we going to do
gmail.com.
before we do this? Are we going to give out the email address,
Good
or
call,
do we want to?
Sean.
Because I'm kind of getting lost in the transition here.
Good call,
double.
Let's do them
H-
now, and then we'll
H-
do the email address. Then we'll read the email. Hit it.
Phil, you should do the intro song.
I was going to say.
HWP.
No, do the
pod
intro song.
at-
You got to do the intro song.
Yeah, and then you
do
do the email. Right.
If it rains or if it hails, it never fails. We read our listener emails. Oh
breaks
yeah, no.
Okay. We don't ever
Sounded
have to
like
sing
shit.
that again. Bill was right the first
HW
time.
HWPpod at gmail.com. Okay. We have questions for the pod.
He's on dial-up.
I would hope that's
Questions for the pod.
Cool.
And it says, "What's up, fellas?" This is going to be more specific, I think, for maybe Jay. I don't know. I don't know much about this, but what are your guys' thoughts / opinions on the Precious Hall and Leslie Jones situation? This is my take on it. I don't think that Leslie herself stole the joke because I'm sure she has writers. So I think one of her writers may have seen the joke and wrote it in for her. Jay, I know you're connected to Precious and some of Leslie's writers, not going to name names, but I've heard some things. So I understand if you don't want to speak on it, and that's fine, but I know the white Jay-Z won't disappoint. Another question. What is the one thing you love and one thing you hate about the comedy business?
Bill?
Hope all is well.
What's the Leslie Jones thing?
Hope all is well. Faithful and loyal listener, Michael J.
Michael J. Is that Mike? Is that the one
Is that Mike?
I'm wondering if that's your nemesis, Michael J.
Yeah.
I can't recall.
He's trying to sneak in by not using the word
Yeah.
Mike. All right, we'll get to that's cool.
Thanks,
Um,
Michael.
Did he say what the joke is?
No, because it's Mike. He never finishes a sentence. or a
I
thought.
don't. That's what I said. I haven't heard of the story, but yeah, something apparently between Precious Hall and Leslie Jones about Leslie. He said, I don't think that Leslie herself stole the joke because I'm sure she has writers. So
Okay,
I guess
think
he thinks, yeah.
So I'm friends with both Precious and Leslie. My greatest bombing story it was I was featuring for Leslie Jones, and I love Leslie, love Precious. I think I don't know 100%, but I think because I saw a clip of I saw some stand up of Leslie's, and she was saying something about what's that dick do? That's what something about that. And Precious has a joke, and she actually sells merch. That's I think it's WDD. What's that dick do? Or maybe
what that dick do.
Yeah,
That's what Sandy said.
she goes, what that dick do? She keeps saying that over and over again. Yeah. But what that dick do? So I think I'm assuming it's that. If it's not that, then I have no idea and I can't comment on. As far as that, I mean, I don't. What's my? I mean, I have no fucking idea if Leslie heard it and stole it. If she has a writer that heard it and then stole it. I mean, is it far fetched to think that somebody could just? I mean, and it also like Precious. That's like an ongoing theme and joke through her set. Where she's saying it over and over again. What that dick do? What that dick do? And if I remember right, when I saw Leslie, it was like the ending of a bit, and then she just moved on. She didn't continue to call back to it. So, I mean, what's that dick do? What's that dick do? I don't.
It's I think that it's so easy for something to creep into your mind. You hear something and you're like, you forget about it. Probably years or months go by for that person and they may think that they thought of it. But I mean, that's such a specific thing. Like for those of you who know, it's me and like Wanda Sykes, and me have this, this joke. But I honestly don't know if it was her. I don't think it was her who stole it. I would think it would be more likely that a writer stole it and then gave it to her, because I don't think she's watching Kevin Hart's Heart of the City on a Saturday. You know what I mean? When shit isn't really airing. So I think that in all likelihood.
Oh shit.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
And that story was told on a previous episode, so go back and check it out.
Cosmetic Chick just said, they said, I don't know who's they said her writers, specifically two who are friends with Precious, gave Leslie the joke. Interesting. Okay.
And so know both of them, Jay. Like you see them regularly.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I have to. I wonder.
I mean, think about this though, right? So I don't know Precocious. No, it's Precious. Just kidding. I don't know Precious, but I'm guessing that Precious isn't as famous.
Wow.
As Leslie, right? I'm just playing.
Oh shit. Okay, Leslie said she got it from them. Oh fuck. Okay, I was gonna say also. That's the rumor, and your friends are with you're friends with both, Jay. Okay.
I just emailed or texted you, Jay.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're not beholden.
I was also going to say this, like when I saw Leslie's, I don't even remember the joke Leslie did. And I honestly, I don't even remember Precious's joke. I just know, I heard Leslie Jones say, what that dick do? And then that made me think, oh, Precious has that one bit where she does that all the time. But the actual joke and all the setup in before it, I don't know if it's identical, if it's something different, because I don't remember either one of their jokes. I just know that Precious has that bit where she keeps saying and calls back to what that dick do, and then I heard Leslie say it. But this is crazy. I have to. I gotta get some of the tea. Where do I get the tea? Where did you guys get all this info?
Yeah, I think about you think about this, right? If I wrote a joke, if I helped Jay write a joke, then Richard Pryor was like still alive and he was like, hey, you got any good jokes? I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, there's this one I helped Jay write, you know what I mean? And then give it to him because you want to help out the bigger name, probably because you think it's going to give you accolades. I wouldn't do that to Jay though, but you know what I mean? I think there's some people in the industry that could do that and be like, oh, I'm going to help out the bigger name because they're going to get me further along in the career than the person who's less known, which is fucked up, but
that's it. I just, Sean, how did you know about all this shit, Sean?
Just looking around. But
okay.
Here's I think what sucks about this. Like if you really step back and look at it, first off, all of this, I'm just gonna say something super obvious to be like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. She could have just hit up in a discreet way Leslie Jones and said, hey, yo, what the fuck? And worked it out. But instead, I can see, and I don't know this comedian, but she's definitely on her Twitter page leaning into it pretty hard. And I think there's a lot more. I mean, we all know there's writers. Most of these comedians at this, there are a number of comedians at that level that have writers,
right?
And she should know that too. And for her to really, I'm not saying, look, I'm not putting her on.
Who are you saying that's leaning in?
The
Precious or Leslie?
Precious is leaning into this, so like she's
like saying, "Oh man, she stole it, she stole it, she stole it." Like
retweeting other people's things. Yeah. Just keeping that speed
trying
going,
to get some heat underneath it on her side from the scandal.
Now I remember. By the way, sorry to interrupt you, but it just hit me. I remember now where I saw Leslie do it because I was like, I don't think it was her special when she hosted the MTV Awards. That's where it was when I saw her do that. And okay, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so I just hate that this is like more indicative of a larger problem, that this is the main thing we do is if you really break down the intent here, what is she going for? Why is she doing this? Is it really because she wants to punish her? She wants to punish the one across from her. She wants to punish fucking Leslie, and she wants the support of others. And it's an ego feed, And you could present this to a person, and they'd say, "No, that's none of that. It's because she stole my shit." And people, I'm putting it out there. No, if it was about stealing shit, you could really handle it in a discreet way. You could, that, but you're not. So I don't know her, and I'm not faulting her. I'm just saying, dude, we got to stop with this bullshit. It's pitting two people up now that really don't need to be pitted up against each other.
Go ahead, Phil. You say yours, and then I'll follow after you.
Yeah, I just had a question for you, Sean. So, or Jay, or Manny. Is it wrong, or is there a better way to go about it? Like you said, discreet, but like in the rap industry, right? Like a lot of people beef with each other, right? They beef with each other, and that gets them a lot of attention. Yeah, and now with comedy, though, I wouldn't consider it necessarily beef, but there is a lot of calling out, like we're talking about right now, especially when it comes to material that could possibly be stolen. Now, is it? I mean, if that's what you're going for, if you're like, hey, I can kind of utilize this because there's somebody that, it does have kind of some fame attached to their name. And by the fact that this happened to me, I can kind of grab onto that a little bit and it can try to elevate my name. Or do you think the better strategy is, what? I'll try to handle this discreetly. And what I should really be focusing on is just, nailing that next solid, hour or whatever, and really putting out some heat that's gonna really blow me up more. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So back to cosmetic chicks thing. I agree 100%. We have known this for decades, that there were writers for Carson or whoever sitting in the audience, taking people's stuff and then passing it on to, bigger, better names, right? As far as Sandy's comment goes, what is wrong with using a punchline? I think it's just everything. It's like, these are jokes. And I wish people knew how hard it is to even write a new 5 minutes sometimes. It's like, especially when you think of what Precious's whole set is about. It's about what that dick
her
do,
merch
right?
too. Yeah.
It's her merch, right?
I know that.
So that's her whole essence. And so I can see they're kind of like your kids in a way, if you will, like your jokes. And it's like when you work and you finally craft this perfect piece, it's so hard to see somebody else take it. Like with Jay, two people try to take his cheating horse bit, which is, I remember him crafting that and seeing the work you put in. It's like, it's so hard to see somebody be like, oh, hey, here's a joke that's already done, and not everybody knows this guy. So they're not going to associate that joke with him. I'll just pass it off like it's my own. And it's so infuriating because it's like we struggle on stage and we've gone through the like, okay, it didn't work this time. Okay, let me tweak this. The bombing time and time again. And then when you finally get it to work, you're like, boom, here's my story. And I think that it's just, it's not like a rap verse where somebody can like sample your line, you know what I mean? And say, I'm a businessman, let me handle my businessman. Somebody else could requote that in a rap song and they know they're, calling back to Jay-Z, but with a joke, it's so personal to you that it's.
But imagine if a rapper did do that and then they didn't call back to Jay-Z. They just
that's true.
Maybe like they were just doing it like, oh, I just came up with this.
Yeah. So
the backlash they would get on that.
Exactly. What if Jay-Z was just Sean Carter and then somebody, nobody knew who Sean Carter was, and then somebody took that line and passed it off as their own. So that would be infuriating too. So I get it. But
hey, what cosmetic chick's saying here too is that last comment with like someone, this one here, like someone mentioned in another video, imagine someone doing your joke on a bigger platform and then do it, and people accuse. You don't have to imagine it. That's a thing. That happens.
Jay, tell them about the big name. I mean, you don't have to say the person's name, but remember the whole, hey, good luck, I'll buy it off you, or good luck beating me to TV with it. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay, so anyways, a big name, I guess, would go and tell younger comics like, hey, can I buy that joke from you? Trying to be, somewhat ethical in the stealing of a joke. But then if they didn't want to sell it, he would be like, oh, good luck beating me to TV with it. And that's like so fucked up on so many levels, because the second they see it on TV, they're like, oh, that's that person's joke. And I'll never forget these younger comics saying, "Oh yeah, when I saw this special, I called up my boy and was like, damn, they're doing all of our jokes. Fuck, we don't have any material now." I mean, it's what do you do? And sometimes it takes years to build up that kind of material.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you were saying, like if you create a joke, I mean, and like that cheating whores one, it kind of became kind of became known for that. Like, or a lot of comics liked it. I won like joke of the week thing on Rooftop and all this other shit. And so I would have one of these people that is doing the joke. Wrinkles, shut the fuck up. I don't.
We just want to say here on the
live
camera, HollingsWorthless, we never approved dog beating. Back to you.
No, but I'm fortunate enough where that, like, I was so connected with that bit or so known for that bit that comics were calling me, and some managers of clubs were calling me going, "Hey, this comic is doing your bit." And you can hear like when I tell this about this person, I don't say his name because I've tried to handle it. Like, I contacted the guy directly, and I mean, we haven't come to a resolution, so it might be at some point that I do have to just fucking say, "Hey, you might see this guy doing a variation, a remix of my shit."
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, my special's coming out probably in October, so
yes, right. Get it, bitch.
Yeah, I'm looking at I'm trying to catch up on all the comments. Amy,
what'd you guys think of? Did you have a comment on what I was trying to say at all?
Oh yeah. Oh shit! Give me the high point again so I can start off on it, because I remember
it was just. Do you think somebody should try to blow it up, the beef per se, the stealing,
right.
or do you think that they should just try to write better material and I mean, still try to handle it, but really focus, put your attention somewhere else on a better strategy to just become better.
Dude, the way it should just comedy should handle itself. The comedians will deal with all that, and everybody knows that in comedy. That shit spreads like wildfire. And just like Jay said, dude, like he had people calling him up saying, "Hey, yo, somebody's using your shit." They aren't just calling him to tell him that. What they think of that, and the reason they're saying that is because they know that is like the number one go fuck yourself move you can make in comedy. Yeah. And so they're not just telling him, they're against it. And that runs rampant. So, here we have somebody who's got obviously this kind of trademark to their thing. And I don't know at what level they reached out and tried to get with Leslie and say, "Yo, what are you doing there?" I do know that overall, though, by putting it out on social media, it is for a reason.
Yeah.
It just is. Look, I had somebody steal all of my shit for a film I was working on, and it cost me tens of thousands of dollars to deal with.
That shit still hurts my heart.
With legalities.
But with that, did you lose any of the BMWs?
No, dude, I bought one more just to spite them.
Okay, I was
also
just
covered on a previous episode of HWP. Check out our catalog.
So but dude, I didn't ever get on social media and blast that shit out. And why is that? Well, because first off, he has no clout for me to hang on, but it's not, that's not how I want to deal with it.
Sandy said that's how Precious found out. A fan told her. She did communicate with Leslie via DM, and it didn't go well. So then maybe, I don't know.
Right. And so then, even then, and dude, look, thievery is the worst ever, and Leslie needs to get dealt with, and she will get dealt with if in the comedy community, if she's a thief like that. I don't care who you are. If you're a thief, that matters. How do you, just real quick, Sandy, how do you know that they communicated via DM? Because I think that's a direct message that just goes from person to person, yet you know about it and talking about it. My point is obviously that shit was put out into the ether too. So everybody's like, dude, this is the generation of the rat, right? Everybody's a fucking rat nowadays. And that's really like, do you want to be that or not? Like, handle your business. Why do you got to put it out?
Now, Sean, I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Okay, someone stole my bowling balls and shoes about 10 years ago. I hope no one strikes. Okay, I'm trying to now I'm going to put I'm friends with both these people, and I love Leslie because she fucking backed me when I bombed on a joke, and basically told the audience to fuck off. But Okay, so if I'm Precious or like
Oh, you
cheating
are.
horse bit, thanks, buddy, appreciate it. Hey, you're precious too.
Boo.
But no, if I let's say I'm sitting at home and I see fucking Bill Burr, Michael Chase, somebody, I see somebody pretty much do my cheating whores bit, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do now? What, like, my first reaction, I'm like, what the fuck, man? And if it's like, if it's not even like it's similar thing, but like he's doing my voice inflections, like the first dude that tried to steal my joke. So I'm like, okay, this is stolen. Like he's stolen a bit. What's your recourse? Like, I mean, and if I don't know Bill Burr like that, I mean, I'm gonna DM him and be like, hey, I don't know. And if you did DM and it didn't go well, then what? Do you fuck?
No, so yeah, and I think what you're talking about is what Kid Sister's saying here about the whole Carlos Mencia thing that happened when Rogan called him out. Look, man, so everything, this isn't a binary thing, by the way. There's a lot of like minutia involved in this, a whole bunch of little ins and outs. So look, if there's in the Mencia thing, Mencia was considered one of the biggest comedians at that moment because Chappelle had gone away and there was a vacuum, and he sucked right up into it with that Mind of Mencia show, and he stole people's jokes. So that was filmed at the Comedy Store, right? Joe Rogan did put it out, but the reason he did is because this motherfucker would laugh in your face and tell you, yeah, I stole your shit. What are you gonna do? I'm bigger than you. And so then Rogan's like,
Cosby jokes. It was fucking
cool.
crazy.
Yeah. He's doing a bunch. So I mean, he was stealing. He even, I guess, stole like Bobby Lee joke. This is, everybody knows this shit. He stole a bunch of people's shit.
Bobby Lee,
yeah, Shafir, and then and he said, no, I didn't. And Ari Shafir stood up in the crowd and said, I'm right here. And yeah, you did. I opened for you with that joke. You do it word for word.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's not so I don't know the ins and outs. I guess my gut reaction was just because I was sitting in this kind of social media place after that last story, and so I'm like, here we go again, somebody trying to get some attention. But look, she could have just been at her fucking wit's end with this Leslie now, and is like, dude, I've tried with you, you're being a complete jerk on the phone, and so now I'm gonna take it to the next level. And plus, you are famous, so people, maybe that's the only currency you understand is fame. I don't know.
Go ahead, Phil.
My neck, my back, a joke thief is a hack.
Hey, what's the song that comes from?
That's Trina. No,
How's it go? What's the real version?
That's not Trina. Is it Trina?
Well, it's really too short, I think.
I can't remember.
My crack.
Yeah, well, my neck, my back, lick my pussy and my crack.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Lick it now. Lick it good.
Suck this pussy just like you should. My neck, my back, suck my pussy and my crack.
Oh man. Well, Bernie Mac always said, never do your A material in a room full of comedians.
That's right.
And to Kay's point earlier, like, comedians do not look at each other like family in a lot of cases. It's a very cutthroat business. It's people who are trying to be discovered. And I think that in some ways it's like there's lazy joke writers out there who just want to take other people's stuff and they want to get as famous as possible. And I mean, and the sad thing about the Mencia Rogan thing was Rogan was the one who suffered for stage time. He got kind of banned, didn't he? From the Comedy Store.
His agents dropped him because they both had, Mencia and Rogan had the same agents, and they said basically bye Rogan, and the store banned Rogan, which is so fucking funny. But now
for like 10 years.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say, Sandy said this. I guess Precious talked about this all on her podcast. That's where she's getting all this info.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna check that out after this. So I guess kind of to wrap this all up, I didn't know about the beef. I mean, like I said, I heard Leslie say that, and I was like, oh, what that dick do? And it made me think, oh, Precious has that thing, but I didn't like think of it as like she was doing the same bit. It was like she did it as a line that she threw out, but that is like Precious is kind of like a thing she's known for. That's her merch. She has those shirts that say that. Everybody's.
I mean, you think about it, it's like it's stealing her whole sense of like that's probably her income, right? It's like and the sad thing is people are always gonna think the bigger name came up with the joke first, and that's the sad part about it. But
I was just gonna say too. I guess like as with everything, right? Evidence.
Moving
right?
on. No,
Evidence always helps, right? If you can prove it. Like if there was something like just with the Carlos Mencia thing, they had those videos of Ari Shaffir doing the bits, and then they showed them by comparison, and they had that proof, right?
Well,
So
to any young comic watching, that was always Jay's recommendation to me. Record your shit, save it on YouTube, but keep it private so that nobody else can see it, and then you'll always have a timestamp on your shit. So
yeah, you know what's funny is I think it was Sandy that had mentioned this, and this is a perfect example. I have a bit about shaming, and I start out the bit where I say, you're not supposed to fat shame, you're not supposed to slut shame, and I say, can we stop shaming shame? And then I go into this whole bit about it. A year after I posted that and had it hidden, Bill Burr's special comes out, and he has a bit about shaming, and he goes, you're not supposed to fat shame, you're not supposed to slut shame. It's like they're shaming shame. And I was like, fuck, that's almost like the exact same verbiage I use. And then when he goes into his bit, his goes in a different direction than mine. I actually like where I take mine better. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Same.
I had my clip posted from the year before, and somebody commented on it, and they're like, this is really close to Bill Burr's bit, or it's like it sounds like you're doing, or you stole Bill Burr's bit, or something verbiage like that. And I said to the guy, I go, look at the date of this and look at Bill Burr's, and are you going to go comment on Burr's that he stole my bit? It's just, that was like
that's what I had to do on my Comedy Central thing. I literally wrote to this person. They were like, oh, you stole this from Wanda. I was like, look at the timestamp, see when mine was aired, and then see check when hers was aired. But anyways, we digress. Moving on.
By the way, SF49er girl, Trina is the baddest bitch. She has my favorite rap line of all time where she says, even my pussy smell like Chanel. Anyway, I just want to throw that out there.
Great line that's a great all-time great line in hip
But
hop.
Phil has a great one too. What does your dick smell like?
Even my dick smell like Speed Stick.
It's so fucking awful.
It's also how it worked as a speed stick.
Oh shit!
All right, you want to close out our emails?
Please, if you have any comments, questions, or feedback, or stories, or anything you want to talk about and have us read on the show, we will do it. But all you have to do is write that email and then send it to hwppod@gmail.com. That's hwppod@gmail.com.
Hey, do we have a PSA today?
We do have a PSA.
Oh, okay. Well, Phil, you're back on the mic with the song. Hit it up.
What's that? Could it be? It's happening. It's a public announcement.
So today's is just to help you along on this daily grind we go through. Canceling only have one L. So every time you want to write the word cancel, just put in your head, is it two L's in cancel or two L's in canceling? No, it's not. Cancel has one L. Thank you.
And that was another public announcement.
Jesus. We talked about this on Love in Black and White. Gary Onan and Kenya Duke.
That's crazy, buddy.
I'll have no fury.
Now you're learning what kind of dough that fool makes. Whoa.
Yeah. And I mean, I was going to talk about Gary Onan as a comedian, but I don't know. Anyways, it's oh, Sean took an L.
Nah, look at Natasha. She came before you, bro. Oh. No, right up above that. I literally hate that too.
McJingles.
Sorry, man.
Nice. Cosmetic chic or chick. Cosmetic chick. Phil, can you read this for us?
Yes. It says Chile. Woo! Chile.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
What does it say?
Child.
Chow. Oh, chow. Woo, chow.
Chili.
I don't know.
You think she's giving an order?
Chili, woo, chili.
Well, there was a lot of
Really
E's. I saw a lot of E's.
Oh fuck, so good.
Mhm.
Girl, you don't love my chili.
Wait, she requested
Oh,
more than
shit.
43,000.
What's that mean?
I think
Oh.
is that what she wants a month for alimony?
Oh
Child
man,
support?
it was like 200,000 a month. That's the thing I saw, man. That's what I thought was crazy. How do you have 200,000 a month?
Whoa.
Man, he's a celebrity, but he's not like Kevin Hart status to where he's like, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
I wonder.
You're looking it up. You're looking it up, Sean.
Yeah, I want to know what the what do they call that when you
Net
divorce a lady and you have to give her your money that you
Alimony.
earned? Oh yeah, alimony.
Mhm.
You guys stepped all over the shit I was saying that was gonna just piss people off. Maybe that's for the better. Oh, okay, no, that's right. 44,000 a month. That's right.
Net worth of 3 million.
That's just that somebody put Gary may have to cough up 44 bands. It says 44,000, dummy.
Oh man, that's why you don't piss off your baby mama. Like no matter what, always show you. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but show your lady respect. You know what I mean? Like it's because that's the thing. Women can take you through to the cleaners, you know, with whatever the fuck they want to do.
Is the 43,000 that she gets a month the white privilege? Is that what you mean? Because that's funny if it is.
Wait, who said that?
He says no, that's white privilege. I'm like, because she's getting that cash. She's like, I'm getting some of that white privilege.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this goes back to I remember the jokes back when Johnny Carson got a divorce.
Yeah,
and like how I don't remember what the alimony his wife was getting at that point, but dude, it's he said, yeah, that's what it was, Sean. And yeah, I don't know. I mean,
called theft.
Yeah. I mean, she said in her. Did you see her post, Sean?
No,
She posted like she hadn't been saying anything supposedly, and then she finally like just went off on Gary on this long post. She's like, you haven't paid for anything since like April 1st. Haven't seen your kids in 6 months. She said that everything is in. She's like, everything's in my name because you had shitty credit when we got together.
That sounds about comedian like, yeah.
Yeah, and she said the only thing. She said the only bill he's paying is the mortgage because that's in his name. And
yeah.
And
that's
so,
messed up.
Yeah, dude. And
that's
she's
messed
like,
up.
And then she ended it with hashtag don't miss the court date or some shit like that.
Savage.
It's
oh, he got a girl, dude. He's doing that thing where you just like delete yourself from life, mash out for 6 months, and you're like, dude, that's some new shit.
The funniest shit that I love that Mike Epps said. I don't think he's the best comedian, but he was like, man, it's so crazy looking at my kids from my first marriage versus my second marriage because now my wife looks way better and my second set of kids look way better. Just thought that shit was so
Nice.
fucking funny.
Who said that?
Mike Epps. He was like, my second set of kids look way better than my first set.
Hey.
Yes, Adam. Yes, they are. I got some new ink. Here we'll cover that.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about that.
Did he cheat on his wife? She said dude, one of the things, if you haven't seen it, Sean, you got to read it, but she said something like, good luck with your side chicks and blah, blah, blah. And then the last thing she said, and good luck finding a new, what was it? Group of celebrity black Yeah. To latch onto basically.
Why? Because she's actually friends with the people he knows. Is that what that is?
No, just that he's always trying to be accepted, kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so
yeah,
dude.
Wow, that's
the thing. It's like
bananas.
women know your deepest intimate secrets, so it's like you really want to fuck with that? No.
Emaretta sipping. You want to read this one, Sean?
Yeah, sipping. Hey, what's up, sipping? I know this may be personal, but since this whole shtick was being married to a black woman, did he cheat with black women too? This is a great question.
Wonder.
And,
there was one girl that that I think Kenya came out and was accusing, but then the lady's like, I haven't been fucking around with Gary. It was a black woman. Had two big booty strippers in Dallas. I heard he had two big booty strippers in Dallas.
Big booty.
You know what? You know what's hard about that too, dude? Which just because I can relate because I knew this fucking clown that had a a wife who was the breadwinner while he was just a so-called comedian. And
oh yeah. I
yeah,
know what you're talking about.
Did she pay the mortgage?
yeah,
Excuse me.
mortgage. Yeah, she paid the mortgage.
How
Yeah,
often do you have to pay the Morgan?
it's whenever. So you can just
when you're
yes,
pressed when you're pressed upon.
For- yeah, when you're pressed in upon. Yeah,
Ugh.
gross. Anybody in here ever had to take a shit?
This is so inside.
we all
knowledge.
have in common.
I might be
Yeah.
the only person that knows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's the worst. Anyways, so yeah, what sucks though, dude, is I can imagine like somebody up here, I think it was Sandy, somebody said something about how she had a degree and she was the breadwinner, when this whole thing started, and then how long does that go on where she essentially has to make sure she can pay for things, and therefore she doesn't have the freedom to do the things she wants. Then all of a sudden he makes his thing and now just fucks her over.
Right.
And now it's like, yo, I mean, to us, 44,000 a month is a lot, but then this whole thing about being able to maintain the lifestyle you had. I'm like, well, dude, that seems to fit here. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but that seems to fit here. She took a big one for the team coming in. You finally made it. Now you're jamming out. I know he's made it for a while, but now you're jamming out. You can't just let her fucking, hold the reins.
Yeah, and I think it was it one?
Yeah, cosmetic chick who said that. Yeah.
No, I was saying who talked about her having a degree, but Wonder Man was saying I think meaning black people. We didn't mess with Gary because of his wife. Dude, so Kev knows this, but I always felt Gary, like my big complaint about like white comics, if they do like a black room, is I call it white blackface, where they're like, they do all the tropes, like I have good credit, I can't dance, I have a small dick, or all this other horse shit. I fucking hate that shit. And I saw it at like the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition, and I pride myself on that. I will never do that shit.
I went up and asked if everybody liked if anybody in the room liked chicken.
Dude, okay, we got to tell that story.
But the thing is, if it's Phil, it's okay.
Or what if we don't and we just leave it at that? But yeah, I like Gary's. I mean, he's been successful, and people laugh, and but I'm like, oh, dude, it just. And then again, I mean, if you were to hear this, you'd probably be like, who the fuck is this guy? Who gives a fuck what he thinks?
You know what I say if that's what he's saying right now? Fuck you. Who are you?
Click on Kid Sisters thing real quick.
Cheating is a choice, not an option. All his jokes were about being married to a black woman, so she was a source of a ton of his material. True.
Right.
You should give him writing credit for paying.
True.
This Owens person wasn't the funniest. This Owens person wasn't the funniest comedian I've seen. That's as nice as I can be. Yeah. I used to mix him up with the dude on Comic View, Darren Carter,
the party starter.
Okay, we have to tell Phil's tell Phil's story. I'll real quick on the
real quick. Yeah, no, it's real quick.
Tattoos. So I got for those that if they give a shit, I got these clovers around the wrist to add to. These are my grandparents' names here. I got Boston B, because I like this arm is kind of passions in my life, different chapters in my life. I have Wing Chun Do, which is a martial art I used to teach.
Chun Do.
What is it, Phil?
Wing Chun Do.
Manny,
why'd you make it English?
We just want to say that, if you were trying to say something in a certain language, you don't have to, make a caricature of their language. And we just want to let you know that. I used to know a girl who actually worked at a bank and thought that it would be better to talk to people in an accent because they didn't understand. And she thought it was being kind.
What?
No, you're just being an asshole at that point.
Terrible.
Back to you guys.
So in a mocking way?
No, so get this. Okay.
She thought she was like connecting.
She thought she was connecting, and she was like, "Can I help you with this and that?" And I was just.
But what was weird is that was an Australian customer.
Exactly.
We should probably PC Manny what Manny just did.
Yeah, I just want to say it wasn't okay what I did either, but I was giving an example in the context. So in the future, if you ever see this clip and it's not in context, just know that I was giving an example. Which
I think I said it
wasn't
before.
right.
I think I said it before, but when I went to Italy,
now with that said, let's go back to Jay's story.
Well, this has been the last episode of the HollingsWorthless podcast. I thank you all for tuning in.
I tried to speak in broken
You know what's
English.
funny though? Can I just say this? You know what's
Yeah.
funny? What Sean just did? He didn't say what accent he was doing.
It was
It's
Puerto
Alaskan.
Rican, clearly.
Yeah, no. So if anybody's like, oh,
Yeah.
he
So
was
why are
doing-
people laughing?
Yeah, and what accent do you think he was doing?
Yeah,
That's
Phil.
something you put in your head. Interesting.
I didn't say anything.
Says a lot about you folks.
I just said
No.
I tried to speak in broken English because I thought that's what, that's how that's how other people speak English when they try. If they don't speak it fluently, they speak it in broken English.
Give us
so
a for
speak it
instance.
in
What other
broken
people?
English.
From where?
When I was in Italy, so I'd be like,
You might want to put that up at the front.
how
Just
do
so
I
you
get?
know,
how-
if
like-
you ever tell the story again, Phil, you might want to put it at the front. When I was in Italy,
I
was
did. I said
speaking-
that. I said when I was in Italy, I spoke broken English. I would be like, oh, like time? Do you know time? What time it is? Like, do you know what
Hi.
time it?
You may be watching this and you may be Phil's employer. Please do not fire him from his job because no malice was meant behind that. Back to you.
Oh man.
I didn't know. And are you a senior? Are you a
I'm
senior
serious though. I
citizen?
really did that.
AARP.
Oh,
Oh, AARPI.
oh,
right?
sorry.
That's an old Asian person.
Oh, my
AARPI.
God.
Yeah, dude, it's
Man,
This is going
you
off
just
the
gotta
plan.
have
God.
to be NPC Manny the whole time.
We just want to say this is an episode that should not be taken seriously in any way, shape,
Yeah.
or form. We just want to say we love everybody, every culture, every person, every being
Mulligan.
on this planet. Yeah, even all animals, even crocodiles who are assholes. We just want to say we love you too. So
San
And-
Francisco 49er
yeah,
girl.
exactly.
The fact that we watch and listen to this podcast says a lot about us.
Yeah.
I love all
clowns.
of you. Okay, well, this is why we can't have nice things. But to finish, so I got a Boston B, and then I got the Joker ha-ha-has around it.
I was gonna say,
And like I
that's
was saying,
Joker,
this-
yeah.
This tattoo is like different chapters of my life passion. I started comedy in Boston, so that's the B, and then the Joker laughing around it. But we have to tell Phil's you guys like chicken story. I'm going to set up a little bit of it, Phil, and then I want you
That's
to
fine.
take over.
wait.
Uh,
Should this be on fucking Boo or no?
Right?
No,
It
because
could
no, the fucking boo story is going to be Richland.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
um,
continue.
And he's
Okay,
gonna be
so-
on that show like every other week for like the next 3 years to get all the stories out.
Why would that be?
Because of all the
Uh,
fucking terrible
Huh?
crash
Huh?
and burns that
Huh?
happened day
Oh,
after
yeah.
day after
I guess
day.
you never experience any bombs because
Wait.
you just crush when you go on stage, Sean.
Thank you. You get it.
Stefan,
Standing ovation.
good old Stefan
Well-
Ward. Did you do comedy in Italy? I heard Amanda Knox killed there, right, Manny? I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna. Hello.
Oh, we
I
did
like
that
it.
story a few back.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
Victoria
right.
J
That's
is present.
right. Also, on a previous episode, HWP, check out the catalog.
Okay, so story. Okay,
Yeah.
set it up.
Okay, so all right. So Nate Jackson's room. Nate Jackson, who now has a comedy club, Super Funny Comedy Club. He used to do shows called Super Funny Comedy Show in Tacoma, and predominantly black room. Majority, I'd say 75+% of the audience is black. And
Probably
Phil's
90.
okay. So Phil's doing he's doing a guest spot, right, Phil?
Yes.
So Phil, and you're how far into comedy are you at this point?
Not very, and that's in Tacoma, Seattle area. As far as rooms like that go, there aren't. I mean, I think he
What do you mean
pretty
like
much
that?
predominantly black
Oh,
shows.
dude.
No, that's all I'm saying. He kind of has the he's got the market share of those shows
Those shows.
of the urban shows. I don't know
Urban?
whatever you call them.
Now you just put a whole group of people
I
in one
know.
area.
No,
Are you
say,
from the
don't say
Seattle?
urban-
Are you
I'm
from
sorry.
the Pacific
they'll
Northwest?
call them urban comedy nights
you
at a
a
comedy
black
club.
fan?
All of them? Is that
Are
what
you
you
a
said?
black fan in the
I'm
Pacific
talking about
Northwest?
the
Have
comedy
you been
club.
offended by Phil Fox? We just
my
want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that there's an L shape of this podcast that isn't racist. I'll let you figure out.
Oh my God, I'm just trying to talk.
And Carlos says, I don't know
Just
what the
let
hell
me
is happening.
be. Oh my God.
I feel triggered.
Anyway, his Nate Jackson's show is like the only show that you can go to in the Seattle Tacoma area where you would have an audience that's 90% black. And so no, I think it was only my first or second time I had done that show, and you try to play to the room, and so I tried to think of a joke that I could come out with that would separate me from the pack. And so
Yeah.
What?
Okay, hold on.
Or in other words, segregate the room.
no, just differentiate
Did you
me
make
from
him
any
drink
other
out of
dumb
different
white
water
person that
glasses,
goes
too?
up. No, it just
Quote the hood
you would
shows.
see, like Jay says, you would see a lot of people. Like I remember specifically one person that we all know that would go up and they would because there would be music. There was a band and the band would play, or there would be a DJ and they'd play music. And there was this one white comic that would go up and it'd play like hip hop music, and he'd go up there and just start dancing. Like he would try to do like the sexy like hip hop type dance, and it was like, come on, dude, really? Like you guys said, it's
white comics
pandering.
would do shit that they've never done in any other club or ever before, doing it to try and trying to relate. I'm hip or whatever the fucking.
I think I'm
And
gonna
back
do that
then-
at my next all white show. I'm gonna go up there and be like, "Hey, anybody like a warm glass of milk?" Just something.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm getting canceled too.
I'm getting canceled too.
Let me,
So I was really awkward back then. I still am awkward, but I was just thinking, well, I think it'd be funny if I just like said something that's overly obvious, but like
oh my God, Critter!
like I'm
Big
stupid.
Daddy Chris said, "Quote Phil, quote Should I hit him with the chicken joke or the watermelon joke?" End quote.
So I
Okay,
can't remember
so-
if I had my rubber chicken with me or not.
Yes,
but
I can tell you.
oh,
I
okay.
remember
Yeah,
it
yeah.
very
Okay,
vividly. I'll
go
just
ahead.
tell
Go
the fucking
ahead.
story.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
Phil goes up and goes on stage with a rubber chicken, the old prop of a rubber chicken, waka waka, and Phil is like talking in a weird cadence. So he goes up, everybody's looking at this weird white dude that goes up, and he's got a rubber chicken in his hand, and Phil's opening line is he goes, hey, and he says it like this. He goes, you guys like chicken? Dead silence, and he goes, "Yeah, you guys know what my favorite part of the chicken is?" And everybody's like, "Are we about to? Are we about to?" He goes, "You know what my favorite part of the chicken
Don't
is?"
say breast.
No.
Okay.
He goes, the drumstick, pulls a drumstick out of the rubber chicken, and then as it's dead quiet, he goes,
It's my favorite joke of all time.
And you know what bugs me the most?
Oh,
Is I don't
shit.
hate that at all.
Neither
That
do
is
I.
the worst, best thing I've ever heard.
It really is.
But
Oh,
don't
shit.
dude, we were dying. He had an actual fucking drumstick, and he just
In the
the
chicken.
drumstick.
Exactly. And
And it just
exactly.
bombed.
And exactly. It used to be part of the juggling show. That's where I got it. That's where
The only thing I've ever heard worse at Nate's show was
This is
oh
your new
god.
icon. Everybody gets an icon. Phil, mine's like a shamrock. He used to sell that.
The chicken. Jim Stewart Allen was he was doing some like medieval shit, and like he was doing some jokes on like medieval like times. And he just, I guess he just bombed ridiculously. And Nate goes up to him, and he's like, I guess he goes up to Nate, and he's like, I don't know what I did wrong. And he was like, come on, Jim, you know black people don't fuck with the medieval times.
I was at that show.
Oh shit.
Then he started having Jim like dancing, and he did the worm and shit on this. Oh fuck, dude.
God.
That's so good.
Ugh.
I wish
my
I had
God.
I wish I had the chicken with me right
In
now.
all fairness to anybody who doesn't know Nate's rooms, they are very difficult rooms. It's like those rooms make you prove. They make you like prove it. You know what I mean? They're not just going to give you any courtesy laughter. Nate
Great
crushes.
room.
It's
They're
a
great
honest.
room.
I was
You know,
gonna
it's an
say that Nate. It's Nate's room, and Nate has he's got his own style of how he performs comedy, and his crowd loves him, and so I think what happens is his crowds get they get used to his style, and then anybody
Mhm.
else that goes up that is a variant of that style, it's like wait, do we like this or do we not like this?
Right,
And
right,
it takes a minute,
Dude, that
So
I mean,
good.
that's one of my favorite fucking. Just seeing the audience like when you opened up with, so yeah, you guys like chicken. You could see pretty much the whole audience go, "What the fuck, this motherfucker?" What did he just say? My favorite brother chicken is a drumstick. Then you get that out. Oh fuck. All right, I'm just looking at catching up because we're about to wrap it up. Nate's room was was out of wings when I went. That was my only downside. Yeah, well, Phil had all the drumsticks. Hey, all
Hey,
right.
hello. He said
Fucking
wings.
boo.
Black cosmetic chick said black folks don't give pity laughs. Your only option is to be funny. 100%
Yep.
agree. Kid sister, we see you. You get it, kid. You got it, kid. All right. Let's start wrapping it up. Jonathan, do you want to plug anything?
Yeah, I'll plug your big special this weekend in St. Louis, Missouri. I'll be there. Phil will be there.
You're doing more than just being there, Sean. Do you want to
Other
tell?
folks.
Want to give a little?
Still working. I think we're still working through some things. Just we met with the guys over there yesterday and got some more info. Just figuring out production and all that shit. But I'm really excited about it because, dude, on no bullshit. And what I'm talking about is true. I know I'm always bullshitting this part, but or maybe people didn't know that. Now I just ruined it. Fuck. Anyway, but dude, they do such great work. This album's going to be put on the Helium Records label, and it's the production is amazing. The equipment's amazing. So really looking forward to it. And like Jay said, it'll be out in October. So pretty dope.
By the way, Carla is going to be
and
there.
I fly first class, Cookie. Just to answer her question real quick.
Big Daddy Chris is going to be there. Carla's going to be there. I'm there.
Oh no shit! Dope.
Yeah. So you get to meet some people.
Fuck
That's
yeah,
awesome.
man!
I'm excited.
Oh, I'm stoked. Good. That's awesome. I've wanted to. So this is cool to see some of our people in here.
Linda
Yes.
Thixton.
Some of the click.
And Sean didn't say it, but Sean's like, maybe you hinted at it a little bit, but Sean's getting some
Executive
credits on
producer.
the back end, production, director, shit like that. Yeah, get a little sweet wink. All right, Manulus.
Yes, I know I've been teasing on a big announcement coming, but I promise I will have it next week. So that's yep. Other than that, just HollingsWorthless in Love in Black and White. Thanks, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Shit.
Love in black and white.
Putting the love back in you, right, Phyllis?
I'm going to be in St. Louis too, but I'm going to try and get a head start, so I'm flying out now. And boy, my arms are going to be tired.
Knew that whole lead up was right for that piece right there.
Oh God, I hate
Phil,
myself.
I just canceled your room.
Oh no!
I was gonna say cancel his career.
Oh
but-
Jesus!
Yeah, we need to make a trip to
What
Connecticut.
can you cancel? Yes, I will be out there this weekend, St. Louis.
Yes.
Can't wait. It's gonna be exciting. Other than that, be here week to week on the HWP.
Yeah, Andrea just coming in late. What up, and Andrea? I thought he was having.
She was here earlier.
Okay, my bad.
Oh, let me give a quick what's up to Weirgin. I know Weirgin's been watching
Has he?
the show too. Yeah, because he started quoting some things out of it to me. And I'm like, oh fuck, you're watching. So, dude, if you've been in here now, dope. And if not, just wanted to give a what's up.
What's up,
My buddy
Weirgin?
Weirgin in Seattle.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna June 13th, St. Louis. To hear more is special guesting Kane Holloway. If you guys have heard before, Kane's like a friend of the podcast, friend of all of ours, and I got some other people coming there that have been like influential in my career or helped me coming up, and yeah, I'm pretty amped for it. And you guys might be. If you go to it, you might be on camera. You might be shot in the audience.
With the camera.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Please, PC
Thanks,
Manny,
Victoria.
please, PC Natasha. What did Natasha do?
Let's say.
Oh, I thought he was having a stroke.
Know the signs, people. Know the signs.
Not this time. Although, does anybody else smell that burnt toast?
We just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that a stroke is nothing ever to play with. Just make sure you know the signs. Sean, do you remember those signs?
Fuck, I was hoping
What is it?
you
Is
were.
is
I
it
can't
fast?
remember.
FAST?
Yeah, but I think they added another letter to
Face.
it though. That
Face.
yeah.
Ass.
Is there any signs
Tits.
for? Is there any signs if Bell? Is there any signs if Bell's palsy starts happening to you?
That's when it just falls.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It just
Sorry,
happens
sorry.
in real
That's when you
time.
become a Picasso.
You hear
Oh,
ringing?
aspartame, right? Aspartame can set that on.
Sure.
Right, right.
Wow. You're gonna make fun of your friend, huh? Very hurtful. Ooh.
I don't know who am I talking about.
Anyways, thanks everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is fading out, so we should just call
Way
it.
to end it on that.
Oh,
Way to-
boy.
I was stand on a lull. All right.
Do
Not
it.
a lull, a lull. Okay, just end it. Sorry, Phil.
I love it.
Sorry.
Until next
Phil-
time.
Phil
Phil?
is.
Bye.
That's how he sucks dick.